Hey y'all, happy Friday. My name is Sierra. I'm the creator of She Is E Magazine and Media Co. And I'm so happy to have you guys tonight on She Talk. We are continuing to talk more about this project, about, it takes a village. So I see that Brittany's going to be our guest tonight, and I see that she's live, so I'm going to get her inside of the video. That you're enjoying, life. And I hope that you're excited to learn more about this awesome project. And shout out to Chandra because she was the one to bring it together. How you doing?
Hello.
How are you? I'm glad to have you on tonight.
I'm so happy to have this opportunity. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, I was telling everybody, this is a special project. I've enjoyed doing these interviews and learning more about, you ladies and the project and why you decided to actually be a part of something like this. So, for the ones that don't know, you can introduce yourself.
Yes, I am the CEO of A Love Light Shine LLC. I'm a clinical social worker. I am a certified laughter yoga instructor. Yes, laughter yoga. And I'm also one of the co-authors of It Takes a Village.
Okay, okay. Now, before we get into this project, I have to ask you, please tell me what laughter yoga is.
So laughter yoga is probably one of the funnest activities you'll ever do. It's voluntary laughter. So I'm not a comedian. You have to make yourself laugh. So we'll do different laughter exercises. So for example, one is like wave laughter. So instead of saying hello, you'll laugh instead. And then we also do some deep breathing. So that's where the yoga part comes in. But we dance, we say affirmations. It ends with a nice guided meditation. So it's one thing where you can connect with others through joy. And then at the end, you get to really relax and kind of tune into yourself and, just end on a good, positive, and relaxing note.
Okay, now I like the sound. I think we all need more laughter and just having a good time, smiling more, waving more, whatever.
Yes,
uh,
all the above.
yeah, affirm because I don't think that I find like a lot of women they don't affirm, and I love affirmation. So to have something like that and go into okay, let's learn how to breathe, let's learn how to meditate. I think that's a great idea.
Yes, and I'm a lover of affirmations. If you can see it, I'm in my meditation room, have affirmations on my message board. I love affirmations. They're all over the place.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So I want to shift into this project because first of all, I don't know how to say it enough. Like we definitely need social workers. We need clinicians. Like we need
Mhm.
counselors. And so for you all to be able to come together collectively to provide this type of great resource is so dope. So I want to know though, before we get into the project, like why did you decide to tap into social work?
My mother, I would say, she was the original social worker without the title. So always helping family, friends, strangers. And it's so ironic. I was talking to her earlier. I said, Mom, what is your passion? She said, my passion is retiring. And I was like, Mom, that's not a passion. So she couldn't come up with anything. And I said, Mom, your passion is helping others. I know you do it so naturally that you don't see that it's a passion. But when you are constantly, and like, again, not just your children or your family, but friends, strangers, colleagues, I'm like, Mom, you are a social worker without the title. So it was my mom. She was a great support system, my family and friends, and I just wanted to be that strong support for someone else. So that's why I started.
Awesome. And I think I would say, let me say, a lot of times, like we're supposed to be nurturers, right, by nature. And
Mm-hmm.
women, they are social workers. Like if you look at they social work, they're
Look,
counselors.
everything is in our purse. Like you just look at a woman's purse. You need a band-aid, you need lotion. Anything you need, we got a little kit close by.
Facts, it's true. So I'm glad that you felt like, well, my mom, even though she's not a licensed or,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, it's not her career, that she, impressed that in you. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to help people. I want to do it, with a degree, or degrees. I want to do it. So I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So tell us more about It Takes a Village and just give us the tea. Just I know we got to get the book, but give us how we're able to contribute to this
Oh,
project.
okay. So what I love about It Takes a Village is it really gives you an insight of the lives of the providers, right? So the people that's in the helping profession, whether you're a social worker, psychologist, doctor, nurse, we help a lot of people from various backgrounds, trauma histories, etc. And we too experience trauma, grief, loss, insecurity, failures, and setbacks. In this book, we all are very transparent. I mean, very transparent to some of the one of my chapter. Every time I wrote it, I would cry. Even like reading it, it was just such a hard season, and just thinking about where I was in that moment, I had to remind myself, like, Brittany, you're not there anymore. You don't have to. But we are heartfelt stories. So you might need some tissues for some, but it's definitely inspirational. You see the journey, you see the fall, then you see the rise, you see the redemption, you see how we were able to support either our colleagues or our clients, other people, other social workers. So it is, to me, a story of inspiration, of hope, that no matter the obstacle you experience in life, you can overcome it. And most importantly, providers now are having a voice. And we too are, people are seeing us, we're not always have the answers. We don't always are positive. We, of course, when we go to work, we try to be as positive as possible, but sometimes we are suffering in silence. So now providers get to be seen and heard in our book, and I'm so excited for that.
Yes, yes. Now, since it's providers giving their input, their journey, and how to be successful, how do you feel like this is going to be a tool for other social workers?
It's a tool. So we have a lot of great tools. So we do have self-care resources, which I'm an advocate. I'm a big advocate because I experienced burnout in 2018 and resigned from my job due to it. So a couple other authors talked about self-care. We also have license prep. One of my chapters is about my license journey and how I went from studying hard to studying smart. So we also, for up and coming social workers, it's a great resource for us, like field placement. What are some tips that you can navigate field placement? And then also, how can you navigate after you're in the field? Like, how can you sustain being in the field? Again, giving your own personal issues. What are some things, we provide tips and advice through our stories, hoping that, we can't prevent everything from happening to people, but at least we can say you have resources and it's up to you to access it. So it is a phenomenal tool, for, again, up and coming social workers and also social workers that have already been in the field, especially if you want to do private practice. I think two people, authors in the book, they had private practices and they talked about the process to do that, because we don't learn about that in school.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a lot of resources, combined collectively, because I have been talking to a few people and they were like, we do have our private practices and nobody told us how to get licensed. Like, but the red tape is with getting your own business. And so I'm glad that you mentioned that. Now, as far as, it being Black History Month, all right, and I know that you guys, you help everybody, but the African American community or the Black community, how do you feel like you're able to contribute to, the well-being of our community, being who you are as a social worker, and just help, like, how do you feel like you're able to help our community?
So what I realized, I had this thought the other day, and it's probably not a new thought to most people, but every Black person experienced trauma, whether indirectly or directly, right? Whether we've been discriminated in the store, whether we see another one of our brothers killed by the police on TV or hear about it, that's trauma, right? And what I've realized for me about laughter yoga, what I love most about it is it gives a safe space for people to experience joy. They get to experience healing and movement. I had a couple of people actually cry at the end of the session because they were carrying so much tension, and it was just like a sense of relief. So for me, it is really, Black people, and this is one of the barriers I'm breaking, strong Black women, strong Black men always have to be strong. Sometimes life really knocks us on our butts, right? And it's okay not to be strong. So what I love about Laugh Yoga is it really taps into like your inner 5-year-old child. Like going back to when you were 5, life was good.
Yes.
Everything you did, your parents were happy. Oh, you can read, you can spell, you can write. But as we get older, we're more criticized for what we're not doing than what we are doing. So what I love about the spaces that I'm creating far as wellness workshops and trainings that I'm doing with Laugh Yoga is about self-awareness. It's about creating a safe space. It's about people having a voice of their own and also creating a plan of their own. Like I might say these, like, for example, I have a meditation room. I'll come in here in the morning, watch the birds fly, sunrise. So that's my form of self-care daily, but that might not be someone else's form of self-care. So I'm always encouraging people, define what self-care means to you. Start
Absolutely.
doing things that make you feel good. So for me, it is really just a reminder of people prioritizing themselves and also experiencing joy and just being more self-aware about what is it that I need. Like one of the questions I like to ask people, when do you feel like your best self?
Mm.
What activities are you doing when you feel like your best self? Who are you around? And what are you doing when you're not feeling like your best self? So that way you kind of get a gauge. Because some people, again, going back to my mom earlier, she was like, oh, I don't have a passion. But I'm like, Mom, you're really adamant about helping people. So some people don't even know until you really have them think. And I give spaces for people in our community to just think, relax, be silly, have fun. Again, going back to when you were 5, you wasn't worried about bills. You wanted ice cream, playground, you know, simple life.
It, no, that's great because, you know, everybody needs a safe space and been able to provide it. Like you said, looking at social media and the news, you see all of this stuff like, um, police brutality, and
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing more, like I've been noticing that lately. We're having more African American women, not been treated the same when they're pregnant, right? And a lot dying in childbirth because they're not getting the same care that maybe their counterparts are getting. So those places, if you're able to provide those places and spaces for us, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. So I want you to tell everybody how they could follow you, and how they could get this great project.
Okay, so everyone, please follow me on my Instagram page, which is Love Light Shine. So that's LOVELIGHT, I'm gonna say .com. That's also my website. So
Okay.
Love Light Shine LLC on IG, and then also my website is lovelightshinellc.com, where you can go and learn more about the book. We're actually doing pre-orders, so if someone pre-orders with me, they will receive a journal. I also have a video of laughter yoga. So if you're curious, like, what is this laughter yoga? And if I don't know if you guys remember, but in elementary school, at least in Maryland, we had the colorful parachutes. So I bring out the big colorful parachutes and everyone is instantly in elementary school. We have a really great time. So I do have a video online on my website, lovelightshinellc.com, for that as well. So I hope to connect with you all.
Yes, yes. I believe, like I said, if you need this type of resource in your life, if you're interested in it, or if you're already in the field, definitely support it. These are great women. They didn't have to be transparent about their journey,
Mm-hmm.
their losses and their successes, but they are. So it's a great project. So make sure that you guys pre-order now.
Yes.
The best, what is it? The best sellers list, like help.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right. Yes.
Yeah, we need to support each other. So help them get to that list and break records that they weren't expecting to
Yes.
break. Ladies, for being able, like I said, to come together collectively to provide and create this great resource, because it's well needed.
And thank you for having all of us on here. I really appreciate you really investing in each and one of us and really giving us our one-on-one time with you, so that way we can talk about ourselves, we can talk about the project. So I appreciate you, and many blessings to you as well with all your endeavors.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I've enjoyed it. And of course, I tell all the ladies, and if they don't remember, I'm going to be guys and support you guys as well. So thank you. Make sure that you grab the book, and shout out to Chandra again. Come
Yes.
right, because we have another interview. This is going to be the ending of the interviews of this project. So guys, make sure that you come back, and thank you again. Have a good night.
Thank you. You
Bye
too.
bye.